Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Vinay Bikastan, Professor, Triple E Department. In this video, I'm going to talk about series DC motor characteristics. That is, characteristics of series DC motors. Again, there are three types of characters, or say three characters we'll be having. So I'm going to talk about torque versus armature current characteristics and speed versus armature current characteristics. At last, speed versus armature torque characteristics. So let us go for the first characteristic, torque armature current characteristics. Again, if you want to understand the characteristics of series motor, again you have to understand the torque speed equations of series motor. So I explained in my video about the torque speed equations. So also remember that in case of shunt motor, flux is constant, but in case of series motor, flux is directly proportional to armature current. So that here, in case of series motor, series field winding carry the entire armature current. So flux produced is proportional to armature current. In case of DC shunt motor, ISH is constant due to V constant voltage. Flux produced in shunt field winding is also constant, but here series field winding is carrying the entire armature current, so that flux is directly proportional to armature current. So I can write here torque is directly proportional to flux into A, that is a torque equation. So here flux is directly proportional to armature current, so that I can write here Ia into Ia, that is torque is directly proportional to Ia square. So that torque in case of series motor is proportional to the square of the armature current, and this relation is parabolic in nature, as you can see in nature, which means that uh, as the load increases, speed is going to decreases, and also armature current increases. If the armature current increases, torque produced also increases. That will be that torque is directly proportional to square of the armature current up to a certain limit. So again, I'll take here an example of bike. If you are taking 150cc bike, there will be a maximum speed. So once you reach the maximum speed of some 100 kilometer, also 100 not 5 kilometer, the speed will be constant. Like that here also, when a armature current increases, torque is going to increase till when, till it reaches the saturation limit, or till it reaches the certain constant limit. Once it reaches the saturation limit, then torque becomes constant. So when the torque constant, the torque is directly proportional to only armature current. So that as the entire IA passes through the series field, there is a property of an electromagnet called saturation. So you can see here. So initially, if the torque is directly proportional to Ia square, if the armature current increases, torque is going to increases till it reaches the saturation. There is a point of saturation. Once it reaches the point of saturation, flux becomes constant, so that the torque is directly proportional to armature current. So it produces a straight line from the saturation. Okay, so that saturation means though the current through the winding increases, the flux produced remains constant. Initially, flux is directly proportional to armature current. Once it reaches the saturation limit, once it reaches the point of saturation, flux becomes constant. Hence, torque is directly proportional to Ia, so that it produces straight line after the point of saturation. Similarly, the second characteristic is speed armature current characteristics. As we all know, and also explained in my video, speed equation is given by N is directly proportional to back EMF and inversely proportional to flux, whereas back EMF of series motor is given by V minus IARA minus IAC RSC, and flux is directly proportional to armature current in case of series motor, so that instead of flux I can write here IA. So by looking at this equation, speed is inversely proportional to armature current. So now the values of Ra and Rac are small, so that the effect of change in armature current on speed overrides the effect of change in back EMF on the speed. Hence the speed equation here, EB is equivalent to supply voltage, that is it will be same as supply voltage, so that can be assumed as constant. So by keeping this EB as a constant, speed is inversely proportional to armature current. Hence if hence it gives the rectangular hyperbola type characteristics, so that if armature current increases, speed is going to decreases, and it gives rectangular hyperbola type curve. Similarly, for the third characteristic is speed versus torque characteristics, and we know that here flux is directly proportional to armature current, so that torque is directly proportional to Ia square, and also we know that speed is inversely proportional to armature current from the previous characteristic. So I can write here N is inversely proportional to Ia square is nothing but T. If you want to write Ia means square root of T, so that instead of Ia I'll write square root of T, which means that here speed is inversely proportional to torque. If the torque increases, speed is going to decrease, so that it gives same as the speed armature current characteristics, so that the torque increases when the load increases, that is according to back EMF effect, that is a back EMF significance. If the load increases, speed decreases, at the same time armature current increases, so that torque is also going to increases, so that here initially the speed is at a high speed for a less torque. Once the torque is going to increases, speed is going to decreases, so that the nature of the characteristic is similar to speed armature current characteristics, that is rectangular hyperbola, which gives. So this is about the characteristics of series motor. Thank you.